Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very special announcement today by Bajaj Allianz General Insurance. I'm your host Chaitanya Rathi. Thank you to everybody who's joined us from across India to be a part of this healthy life. We all want to have a healthy lifestyle and to be fit. But we are seeing how uncertain this world has become, especially the rising medical bills. That's why this day is so important, since the announcement that we've gathered for today will be helpful for all the citizens of the country. To take this special announcement ahead, let me call upon a remarkable leader, a man who has played a pivotal role in redefining the Indian insurance landscape, a man who is the epitome of strength, care, and integrity. He holds an extensive experience of 3 long decades in the insurance industry and is one of the founding members of Bajaj Allianz General Insurance, one of the largest general insurance companies in India. He has been heading the company as Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer for close to a decade now and has played an instrumental role in making the organization a renowned brand. His leadership and contribution have been recognized not only in India but also around the globe. He recently won the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 25th Asia Insurance Industry Awards 2021. He is an award-winning CEO, a leader who has been awarded Personality of the Year multiple times and has consecutively featured in the LinkedIn Power Profiles. These are just a few recognitions from a very long list of awards that he has won through his illustrious career. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who works relentlessly towards the betterment of humanity, I am proud to present to you none other than Mr. Tapan Singhel. Good afternoon, Tapan sir. How are you today?
Very good. How have you been?
Very well. Thank you. I am looking forward to the announcement today, which is going to lessen the financial burden for so many people and families.
Yeah, I think, Chaitanya, if I look at the COVID experience and I see the shortcomings in our current health products that is there from the industry perspective, one thing which comes out very clearly is that if you see that, let's say the OPD part is not covered, or the doctor consultation part, or the kind of diagnostics that you go through, discounts would be there. How do you pick it all up? And when the regulator allowed wellness to become part of the product, I think the company, we thought that this is the right time that we start putting this together. So it lessens the financial burden for an individual. It's not only about reimbursement in hospitalization, that is the inpatient. It's all a lot of expenses happen on the outpatient part. And how do we partner with a strong company, and how do we come out with a product which is very reasonable but has huge amount of benefits from a customer perspective? I think that was a thought, because this was a relation. I think the expenses which happened during this time, amount of checkups that people had to go through, and all that need not require hospitalization, and still people spend so much money. And we'll have a look at some statistics to see how things are actually, and why this was a thought that we had, that we should build this in our product which we can offer to our customers, Chaitanya.
That's awesome, Tapan sir. I'm super excited about the announcement. I request you to please take forward the event, and over to you.
Thank you, Chaitanya. So, would request for the presentation to be put forward. So, if you look at the health inflation which is happening now, pre-COVID it was just about 10%, and now in the post-COVID era, it's already at 20%, which is on. So it's about 2x the kind of expenses that we had to incur on our health bills earlier compared to what it is now. Next, please. If you look at out-of-pocket expenses, from a perspective of any individual, let's think about it. In our entire lifespan, how many times would we have actually gone to the hospital, got admitted? But if you think about times you have gone to a doctor, if you think about times we have gone to a diagnostic, if you think about times you have gone for a preventive health checkup, that in a year would happen many times. And that it's exactly the point. That our expenses is actually increasing year on year. That's about 15% is the prediction as per the data which is there. But the other point is that it is something which we don't realize, but if we add it up in the entire year, the bill would be pretty big, no? Because right now, if I look at health insurance in India, the coverage predominantly is for inpatient, no? But what do we do about all this that we're incurring right through? I think that is something which comes through when you look at data and statistics. The out-of-pocket expenses is pretty heavy from an individual perspective. Next, please. Now, I think one thing which happened when COVID struck is that people got used to consulting doctor online. I think people were not very comfortable going to hospitals or meeting with doctor. Initially, there was a bit of apprehension, but now if I look at people are very comfortable and they're getting good advice from the doctor. Doctor is able to consult them, offer them the right advice, and this is actually moving up at a very hyper speed. Now, the growth for this is expected to be at 72% CAGR by time this is moving on. So, I think online consultation, one, it saves all the traveling time. Second, saves all the waiting time outside the doctor's cabin. And third, it saves us from unnecessary infection, which may happen because we're visiting a hospital or a doctor's cabin outside. I think so. People have really taken this on, and the expectation is this is going to grow at 72% CAGR in times to come. Next, please. Now, if you look at the diagnostic industry, now this also is moving forward at a hyper speed. Though the expectation is 10%, my personal belief is will be more than this as we go forward. Because as individuals, I think in our times, if we feel uncomfortable, the first thing we do is get ourselves checked. And diagnostic plays a big role in terms of finding out what is wrong or what is right with us. And I think it's a very, very relevant thing also. In a country which has high life expectancy, the diagnostic industry plays a very big role as we go forward. Next, please. And now, again, this is something which we observed that as people were going through COVID, their aftermath, their necessity to get central checked, and that also had a big jump, a 20% jump in clinic visits by Indians. Now, if you add together two things, one is when you spoke of 72% CAGR of online consultation with doctors. At the same time, we have a 20% jump in clinic visit by Indians. So do we realize the kind of expenses that has really shot up through the roof and which is not actually covered by insurance products, which is there, because that would typically be for inpatient, which is there. But these expenses, if once add up, actually becomes a huge amount of expenditure that we do on health from our perspective as individuals. Next, please. Now, this to me is again very worrying. No, I think, especially as Indians, I think 2/3 of individuals suffering from NCD between the age groups of 26 to 59. It's something which is very serious. No, and I think the best way to look at it is one is wellness, second is preventive healthcare, third is regular checkup from our perspective. No, just I think creating awareness about this is going to make huge difference to individuals as we go forward. So this is a data which I think, from a country perspective is very, very critical. This is not something that we should be happy about. It's something, how do we control? Because this leads to serious complications going forward. So how do we control this at a very, very early stage? Something that should be thought through. Next, please. Now, if you look at this again is very interesting, no? From a preventive healthcare perspective, it was only 11% of India's healthcare expenditure, no, but it's growing at 27.30 CAGR as the time progresses. Now, this to me is a very interesting data, which shows that now people are aware that they have to take care of themselves in terms of getting their checkup done, figuring out the right diagnostic which has to be done, consulting doctor much before it gets very, very serious, no. So if let's say if I go back when I was a kid, I remember clearly at those times, even if I had a headache and my mother just scolded me and said, no, just stop this and go to school, that was enough. And there's no requirement of any kind of medicine, and there's no concept of a preventive health checkup in those times. And obviously, if I look at the life expectancy of Indians was much less compared to what it is today. People are more cautious, more careful, and they actually would like to take care of themselves. Find out how can they be, on the wellness part, and what all should they do on preventive healthcare. And that's why you see a CAGR 27.30, which shows between 2020 to 2025. This to me is still low. As you progress further, this CAGR growth is going to become much more aggressive. Now, if we put all this together, we have a problem statement. We have a problem statement from industry perspective. As an industry, the product which we've been offering for quite some time now, I think close to 2 decades, is about inpatient. But the requirement or the expenditure from a consumer perspective, a customer perspective, is also OPD, is also wellness, is also about the treatment taken or doctor consultation or the diagnostic which is there. The solution has to be there for this. And that's why, as Bajaj Allianz, we thought, how do we put it together? May I request for the AV to be played, please? Now, this is what we are going to talk about today, this health crime rider that we are going to launch today, and talk about the uniqueness of this and how does it solve the problem that we just saw in terms of as individual, as customer, our requirements, which is expanding in a different direction, for which there has to be a solution from insurance companies. And as Bajaj Allianz, our tagline clearly says, caringly yours. We try and figure out what from a customer perspective is going to cause a serious issue and how do we solve it. I think this is an attempt in that direction. My request for some data and presentations, please, on the USP of the product. So if we look at it, even for OPD now, we are going to offer cashless options. Reimbursement is also there. And if you look at, we have teleconsultation cover, which is unlimited from a customer perspective. So as many times the customer wants to speak to a doctor, it's perfectly fine. If he goes for OPD, also we are going to provide cashless in terms of the network that we have, and reimbursement in places we don't have a network now. And then we are going to provide a package of 45 plus test parameters annually as annual preventive health checkup. Now if you look at if the data which we showed you in terms of how the expenses are moving up at individual level, and now the moment we try and solve this from a customer perspective, our hope is that the customer shall be using it more frequently. And fundamentally, that is the reason that we thought we'd put it together. And if the customer uses more frequently, is more aware about the preventive part of his health, we in a small way make an effort, and maybe data will tell us later, that our customers, Bajaj Allianz customers, because of the uniqueness of the project put together, their life expectancy shall move up. I think it's a very bold statement I make today. Because of this product and because of the easy access that the customer has in choosing doctors, the customer does not worry about the expenses happening. And the customer is doing a preventive health checkup of 45 test parameters annually. The average life expectancy of Bajaj Allianz customers is definitely going to move up much better than maybe the country life expectancy. I think that is something which we thought, can we try and solve it and see how it progresses. Maybe in years to come, we'll try and see that are we on the right track and could we make a difference to the people of India in that perspective. Next, please. Yeah. So So I'm very happy to present my friend Devang Mody, my friend for many years, over I think close to two decades, 1.5 decades, he's been there. And when we thought that do we solve this problem, and he said yes, why not? And he set up a company by the name of EBH, and he has been putting all the hard work for the past now 1.5, 2 years to come to this solution. So it is not something which has been done like overnight. We thought about it and said, let's do it. It is about close to 2 years of hard work by him and his team to put the solution together. And the work that is being to be done to make it better with time together. I think that's why very critical that we have Devang speak about it and amount of work he's put in to come to the solution. Because if the ambition is to increase life expectancy of Bajaj Allianz customers, from what it is today, then obviously the work has to be phenomenally difficult and much more passionate than what would expect to be. So that's why I thought let's get Devang to speak about it. Over to you, Devang.
Thank you very much, Tapan. It's our honor as Bajaj Finserv Health Team to be part of your launch, and I must congratulate you for putting this together for Indians. I think hospitalization cover has been provided by insurers from, as you rightly told, from 2 decades. But I think this is really unique. I personally feel very proud to be partner in this endeavor of yours. And this rider, which Bajaj Allianz team has designed, and the very fact that this rider is so apt in today's time, when importance of preventive health tests, importance of OPD coverage is very, very important. And I think the the objective of Bajaj Allianz General to be really caringly yours for their customers. By this rider, you will provide the continuum of care for your customer, not only in hospital, but also for doctor consultation and preventive health tests.
Devang, I'd like to ask you a question here before you get into the USP of it. One of my tests has been, and I tell this to all my people, and I read this joke very early on as a kid. This joke was there about a kind of a poster in which outside a restaurant it said that is hotel ka malik is hotel mein nahi khata hai. How many restaurant owners will have food in their own restaurant as a test of how good the food is in that restaurant. So my question to you is, Devang, now you and your team have worked hard. You put this product together. We have filed it with the regulator. Now it's approved and becomes part of Bajaj Allianz product. And the mission was, we remember very clearly, that can we increase life expectancy of our customers from what is today. So let's say life expectancy is 70. Because if somebody is a Bajaj Allianz customer, can we take it to 75? Can we take it to 80? Can it be 85, 90? Can we make our people live longer and happier? That was the ambition when we started thinking about putting this together. So my question to you is, kya is hotel ka malik is restaurant mein khata hai? Do you use this product? Do your team use this product? Or you just making for everybody else, not for yourself?
No, I think, Tapan, as your statistics showed, 2 out of 3 Indians are suffering from some form of non-communicable disease. And we are all Indians, right? We have spent since childhood all our time in India. And this is genetic. This is not about only about bad lifestyle choices. We Indians are prone to diabetes as well as blood pressure, genetically. So I think, thankfully, being part of company to transform the healthcare ecosystem, we deal with all healthcare providers and we build products around it. And we are very happy to be part of your product vision. I have myself booked the test between wave 1 and wave 2 to identify that not all parameters are in order, what we feel. See, this is a very important aspect of humanity. We feel that because I'm not running fever or I'm not getting tired, all is well with me, but may not be. And pandemic has shown that COVID-19 people who suffered only are the people who had some existing disorders, it's mainly diabetic patients. So even I identified between wave 1 and wave 2 using my own uh, created preventive health test package, that not all parameters are in order. Once you know this fact that your cholesterol is on borderline level, it automatically leads to change in behavior. So not only I have tested my product, I have a reason to believe that I have also benefited because it has immediately made me change my lifestyle. And I don't know whether you have tested our product, but I am seeing so much change in you as well. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy about it.
No, Devang, I think I've been part of your journey right from the beginning. Now, very super excited about it. But one thing which I tell you, I asked you this question was that any product which we launch as a company, I'd be the first customer for it. No, I remember when I launched the cyber retail product, my daughters, no, Nilashma and Tushar, they were the first two customers who bought that policy. So I've tested your products, but that was on a basis which you used me to test to give you feedback on. I've used it well. But today, as we launch it, my commitment is that no, I'm going to be one of the first to buy this rider officially as part of the product, which will be there. Well, I'm super excited about it. No, the kind of features it has and the price point at which it is phenomenal. I think the work that's been done to put it together is very impressive. So, can you just take us through some USPs, Devang, before we come to the price point and we talk about it more?
Sure, Tapan. Tapan, this product created by Bajaj Allianz General's team, I think the team has endeavored to ensure that in entire continuum of care, hospitalization, hopefully, or by God's grace, should not happen to anybody. But these are some of the important healthcare interactions which consumers need not worry about financially. That's the aim. Because of that, what this product involves is, first, every product has got a preventive health checkup inbuilt. As I told you, for testing my product between wave 1 and wave 2, I got myself tested to realize that what are the risk complications which I might have in future. So keeping this in mind, every rider has preventive health checkup built in. If we Indians who have our higher risk of non-communicable disease, only one thing we do, which is to get ourselves tested every year, that itself will do wonders to our health management, and which will help tremendously in achieving your objective of increasing health expectancy. So first of all riders include preventive health checkup as for the consumers of buying of this rider. I think that's a phenomenal feature which team has added. Not only that, in case there is some parameter not apt for consumers, they can always avail teleconsultation. Some of the riders also include the diagnostic and laboratory tests, which are important for us to for us to detect any further complications. So I think these benefits and all these can be done with a click of a button on Caringly or apps, which is also a phenomenal feature of this rider, which will improve customers' health and hence longer life, which is your vision, that how can we impact the life expectancy. Now, a most important thing in healthcare is also network, because while people want to avail these services, it should be available near them so that they are comfortable. So we have today built network of 90,000 doctors with 35 plus specializations. And we have in our network 2,500 plus leading radiology and pathology centers. What this does is that access to the network of doctors and laboratories is easy. Also, all these services will be available in cashless manner, and that too on Caringly or Zap, which makes it very comfortable. Because, see, I think between wave 1 and wave 2, when I had to go for preventive health tests, all I had to do was to book on your app that, and my blood sample collection happened next day at my home. So this reduces the friction. More importantly, everybody feels that, no, I am perfectly fine. Why do I have to take the hassle of going, parking, or going in the morning and delaying my coming to office? But when samples get picked up from home, it is that much easier. So I think you have, through this rider, solved the financial problem. Through digital technologies, we will ensure that we will solve the ease of availing this service problem, so that customers or Indian citizens find it easy to avail these services. Tapan, I think your connection is muted. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Devang. I was saying that 90,000 doctors and still going strong, no? As per our conversation, Devang, what's your ambition? Like, you'll take it to like how many doctors going forward? No, like you're adding it. Every day I see your statistics, number of doctors you're adding it just keeps on moving up. So I think day is not far that every doctor you'll be trying to cover through the length and breadth of the country. No? And 2,500 labs, I think. And that's what the feedback I got from the team when we were doing this test was that it's pretty convenient, very easy, and the kind of journey that you've made is super smooth. So if somebody wants to book, and you also mentioned that, or talk to a doctor, the best is 35 of them. I also spoke to a couple of them just to check. So in fact, they were surprised. They said, why have you called? I said, no, I'm just checking that are we able to get through? So please don't feel bad about it. But no harm in just trying to know you a bit more. So they laughed and said, yes, it's a good thing. And the doctors also very happy there. I think you made a system for them also to be able to diagnose faster or to check which is there. So you're trying to solve problems at all ends together. Very impressive. I'm very, very impressed with it. Now, if I look at this product, and from a consumer perspective, where can they get it from? So if I look at our network, our distribution strength, may I request for the slide there in terms of where the customers can buy it, So if I look at be it our agents, we have close to like about 80,000 agents, or bank agent partners, close to 40 banks, or online on our website www.bajaj.com, which is there, or our corporate customers, any place. I think Bajaj Allianz that way has a massive distribution network. If you want this product, you can avail it through any of our channel partners, any of our business partners, or our corporate, which is there. And our presence would be across the country, right from Baramulla in Kashmir to Kanyakumari, or from the east, from Manipal, or to Gujarat towards the other end. So every part, every city in India, or every town, most of the villages in India, you'd find a Bajaj Allianz partner which is very happy to give you this product. So I don't think that from a customer perspective, we would find a position in which they want the product, they can't get it. They can go online also and have a look there, and they can get it from there also. So that was something which we thought that we ensure that we enable all distribution partners for our company. So that from a customer perspective, if the ambition is that we help them increase their life expectancy, if they want something like this, they should not be feeling left out. So that is something that we have done on that basis. But at the same time, I'd like to show the journey, how easy it is to be able to either buy this or to be able to use it for the services required. So my request for the customer journey, AV, please. Then when you look at all these features which is available, it'll be interesting to think what is the price point that one has to buy or pay for this product. So I just want to put forward the price points so we understand that what we're talking about. And when I said that the team has really worked hard to be able to get this. So we are talking for a price range for individual policies from rupees 63 for a year to 1,084 for a year. So I'd like to re-emphasize, we are talking about a price point which is just 63 rupees at the lowest end for the entire year. So if I look, it's not even like what, how much should I say? Not even 50 paisa. That will be also 150 rupees. So it's about 25 paisa a day, to 1,084, is what we're talking for the entire year. And for family floater, we're talking of 1,146 to 2,348 for the entire year. And I don't know if Devang is still there. Devang, can you just come on? Could we put Devang on? I'd like him to speak about the benefit overall that he's going to talk about. So Devang, let's say if I have your full-blown product, what I read somewhere is up to 25,000 rupees I can avail in a year. So in the 25,000 rupees, what all can I avail, which is immediately tangible? I'm not talking intangible, unlimited part of it. So what exactly would that be, Devang?
So sure, Tapan. Tapan, all of us are have dependent families. So if you have bought a family floater worth 2348 of Bajaj product, the way Bajaj has curated this product is 2 family members, of course you and wife, can avail preventive health tests in that 2348 rupees family floater rider. Not
so
only
one, Devang, let me put it. So one, you are saying that 2 of us, let's say me and my spouse, my wife, we have that 45 tests that you mentioned, free of charge. Both of us can undergo for the year, right?
Yes.
That's the
yes.
Okay.
Every year. And the way Bajaj Allianz team has put it together, they will nudge you and your spouse time and again that you please go for preventive health tests. Yeah. The objective is caringly yours.
Yeah, so the idea is not that we just put something together and you forget about it. The idea is that we are going to nudge you so that you are able to take this test. Fantastic. Then,
absolutely.
Would you like to also speak about the amount that I can take cashless or reimbursement, tangible rupees that we're talking about?
In this family floater option, any doctor of your choice or any lab test worth 25,000 for the year for all 4 of you, a family of 4 is covered. So if you
let me pause you here, Devang. Let me pause you here. So first I can take test for my preventive, so I know what's wrong with me. So I can correct it much before. So that is free of charge. Second, up to 25,000 rupees, I'm able to get reimbursement or cashless for doctor charges, and diagnostics is what you're telling me, is it?
Yes, that's correct.
5,000 rupees, yeah? And I just
25,000.
2,348 for my entire family, yeah? That's exactly what you're telling me. Am I clear?
Okay. Absolutely clear. Yeah. Not only that, and in case, as you get the health test report, see, all of us have this habit that I don't want to go to doctor, I'll have to wait. So when I got my health test report, Tapan, you always see some parameter off. And that time, you either discount it or you read it on Google. I don't think so that's a wise thing to do. And hence, in this rider, we also cover unlimited teleconsultation. What is wise for people to do is, in case some parameter is off or you have persistent condition, even if you want to avoid the queues at your doctor, family doctor, it is always advisable for people to seek counsel of a doctor. And hence, teleconsultation...
Hold on, Devang, hold on. Now
sure.
Okay. First, I get my preventive health checkup. Second, up to 25,000 rupees you pay me for either cashless also. I don't have to pay also in your network, which would be there, which is set up by
right.
Or up to 25,000 rupees for diagnostic. And third, this Google is a big issue. I think now I see posters in doctors' clinic that if you have, my fees is, let's say, 600 rupees, but if you Google, my fees is 1,200 rupees. I think that Google is creating more problem for people because it throws up really scary things. And I have heard a lot of my psychologist friends and doctors tell, please don't Google. No, if you have any doubt, please speak to us. Now I'm worried if every time I speak to a doctor, he's going to charge me 600 rupees or 1500 rupees, depending on his fee structure. What you're telling me is that unlimited in the entire year, as many times I want, every 10 minutes if I want, and call up a doctor and you don't charge me anything for that. Is it in your product?
That's correct. That's correct. And all specialties. And more importantly, all specialties. See, I think there is a reason Bajaj Allianz team has put this pricing so attractive. See, you mentioned in the beginning of this meeting, your objective is to do something where we have chance of increasing life expectancy, right? So try and remove all reservations of the citizens to not seek expert advice. There is nothing wrong. You rightly mentioned that Google is not a problem. Half knowledge is the problem, because we only see some aspect without looking at the total information. So I think that's why this package, family floater package, which is 2348 for the year for family of 4, includes teleconsultation of all specialties. So teleconsultation of all specialties, 25,000 worth of usage of laboratory or diagnostic or any doctor of your choice, and 2 vouchers of preventive health test. I think, in my view, the best thing your team has put in this product is this preventive health test, because that will help citizens know their disease is well in time, so that it can be addressed very well and timely intervention can happen. So I think it's a very carefully created product by doctors in your product development team. And I think it will really help your customers manage their healthcare better.
No, thank you, Devang. I think one of our obsession has been from very early on as Bajaj Allianz General Insurance Company, we're known for it, that we have to solve our customers' worry. 1. Second, we have to ensure that our customers' lives are better. And we should make some intervention in doing that. And when we saw COVID, when we saw this happening, I think our conversation very early on, Devang, putting it together. Today, I feel very happy and proud that, and I always say this, that as insurers, we're in the business of doing good. By putting this together as part of our products now, which every customer of ours, or would-be customer of ours can buy, avail, and can make a difference to their lives. And I'm going to record and see that have we been able to, as a company, increase the life expectancy and happiness of customers. I think, and we have close to 12 crore customers, which is as a business product. So, and from that perspective, we make a difference to the country also, Devang. So for me, I'm super happy and super proud. And thank you for all the hard work that you and your team have been doing to put this together and make it part of Bajaj Caringly Yours product. And a partnership, obviously, this is just the beginning. Better. And in the end, Devang, I think when we hang our boots, that day can look back and say, please, the expectancy by Indians by, let's say, 5 years or 10 years. I think that day would be a very satisfying day for us. That was from our side. Over to you, Chaitanya, to take it forward.
Thank you so much, both of you. Thank you, Tapan sir. Thank you, Devang sir. I think this is truly a game changer for people, since at this price, you get everyday medical necessities covered. So with the current health environment globally, it is truly reassuring to see such measures being taken by the company to enable a preventive healthcare approach rather than a curative healthcare approach. It is commendable that Bajaj Allianz General Insurance has stayed true to its word and is sincerely, caringly yours. I thank everyone who has joined in for the press announcement. Thank you, Tapan sir. Thank you, Devang sir, once again. This is me, Chaitanya Rathi, signing off. Thank you very much once again for attending today's event.